Okay, so I wanted to do a video on my experience with cloth diapers and what my routine is. So my son is now almost 3 and he's pretty much potty trained. We haven't been using cloth with him for quite a while. But my new little one is here, and so I've started up my routine, and I've added more things into my accessories and stuff that have made it a little bit easier. So I wanted to share my very basic, simple cloth diaper routine. I don't believe cloth diapers should be expensive or complicated whatsoever. So I keep it simple. So first off, typically I use the brand Alva Baby, which is not the best quality diaper, but they definitely work, and they're cheap. So they lasted through my son, and now I'm using them for my new little son. So if they work and they last, then I don't see the issue in it. They average about $6 a diaper, but I've bought them as cheap as 60 cents or even $1 on eBay and Amazon. So this, and I also like Sun Baby, which I also got a really good deal on. I use pocket diapers because they're simple for one, and two, I can either use them with inserts or with pre-folds, and I do love pre-folds because they do absorb really well. As for inserts, they come with microfiber, and their microfiber is not that great. You will eventually have to replace them. They typically leak, but you know, I use them. I double them, and they work just fine. So, I have been slowly replacing them with the bamboo charcoal blend, which is the black inserts. So these are some simple pre-folds. I tie-dyed them. So you can use these inside of the diapers and just use the diaper as a cover. And these are pocket diapers. They snap in the front, so they fit from newborn to potty training. So they have snaps for different sizes right here. It comes with a pocket that you put the inserts in, and I typically double them. And this is a microfiber insert, and this is the bamboo charcoal blend, and these are really nice. And you don't have to double these, but I still do, especially for nighttime. I seem to have heavy wetters, like they let it all out at once instead of just a little bit at a time, so I just like to double. So what I do is I stuff the diaper back in. After I change them, I pull the inserts out before I put them in my wet pail. So with my son, we lived in an apartment at the time, and we were really unorganized, and we didn't have a washer and dryer. So I actually had to buy a washer that hooked up to my sink. So cloth diapering in an apartment is completely possible. The washer, I think I got a deal on it for about $180 from Sears, but I've seen them typically for about $250, which is a little pricey, but even buying all of the accessories for cloth diapers, you're going to spend a lot less on cloth than you would disposable, and it's good for the earth. So, and you can use a washer for everything else too, so I highly recommend buying these. They hook up to your sink, and it's a small load. We kept ours in the bathroom in between the counter and the toilet, and then you unhook it from the sink, and it's fine. It just sits there. You can roll it into a closet. You can do whatever you need to do with it. It comes on wheels, and it's about this wide, so it's really not that big. And then we hung them on a line either outside or inside if it was raining. So this is my wet pail. I just used a typical trash can, and I actually bought a pail liner this time. I did not have one with my son, and I highly recommend them. I got this from Planet Wise for about $7 or $8, and it's just a big elastic bag with a waterproof liner. It goes over the trash can. And the easiest way to load your diapers is after you've changed them, you actually take the diaper apart, you pull the lining out, and then just place them in the trash can. That way, when the pail is full, you don't have to sit there and pull them all apart before you put them in the washer. You can take the bag out, dump the bag in, and then put the bag in and start the load. So how I wash my diapers is I don't fill the washer up with the diapers. That is way too much. You should be washing either every day or every other day. But I typically fill the washer, a couple of, like a foot and a half. Typically about 15 to 20 diapers, and it should be pretty flat in there. If you fill it all up, your washer's not going to be able to wash all that. It won't get very clean. So I don't do a pre-rinse. A lot of people do though. But as you can tell, my diapers, this has been through 2 babies. There's no stains. So I must be doing something right. I use all free and clear. You have to make sure it's the free and clear, no fragrance. This is the one that you're going to find in most stores that's safe for cloth diapers. So I use this, and I fill up an entire cup for a small load. And I put it on the setting in my washer, super load, so it's going to fill the water all the way up. Then I squirt some Dawn blue dish soap in there, and then I pour about a cup of vinegar in there. And I do a hot wash with a cold rinse, and then I make sure it does a second rinse afterwards. So that's our easy, and I do stick them in the dryer. The diaper inside has a waterproof liner, and that can get ruined from drying in the dryer too much. But I haven't had any problems with it. So I continue to dry them in the dryer, but it is better to put them outside. The sun will naturally bleach it, and it will keep that liner in good quality for longer. Totally personal choice. I'm lazy, I stick it in the dryer. Some other accessories that I have, this is called a wet bag, and this is a small wet bag, so I actually use this for my clean wipes. I use cloth wipes. But you can get them much bigger. And these are what you carry when you're out and about, so you can put the dirty diapers in there and it zips. They also make deodorizers, so if you are really peculiar, but if it fills up and I bring it home, I wash it. So I don't have a problem with smell. Cloth wipes, you can just use wash rags, you can use whatever you want. I use pieces of flannel, and they're just with hemmed edges, simple. And my wipe spray, I usually keep it simple with just baby oil, a little bit of witch hazel and water. But my stepmom has been making me a new wipe solution that has tea tree oil and all kinds of good stuff. But your wipe spray, there's lots of recipes online, and that's totally personal choice of what your baby's skin can handle and what you prefer and how much work you want to put into it. But I just put it in a spray bottle, and I either spray the wipe or spray the baby and then wipe. Let's see. I usually keep about 40 diapers on hand, and that way I have enough so while they're washing I still have plenty. I can go out for the day, I can do whatever I want while they're washing, and I'm not restricted. When I had my son, I only had about 20 so diapers, and if we were washing, we were stuck at home because they would have to dry on the line, and we couldn't go anywhere because he would run out of diapers. So this time we're a little bit more prepared. Another thing, when they start eating solids, their poop is different. Also, if you formula feed, it's different. So there's 2 ways to go about that. You can get a diaper sprayer that hooks up to your toilet, or you can just swish them in the toilet like the old days. I didn't really want to deal with poop, so I went ahead and went with the disposable diaper liners. And it's very thin, almost like a dryer sheet or toilet paper. And you lay it on the diaper before you put the diaper on them. And it just sits on there. And then the liquid goes through and the solid stays on top. And you peel it off, throw it in the toilet, and flush. We've had very bad plumbing in the past, and they work just fine. We never had a problem with them clogging. So you can buy a roll of 100 for about $4 on eBay, so it's totally worth it, and you're still saving tons of money. That's just what I preferred. Many people prefer a diaper sprayer, which averages between $40 to $60 for that. I don't think I'm going to go that route. One moment, my baby's crying. little Batman diaper on. So that is typically our routine, and like I said, we wash, every other day or so. Pre-folds, I use Gerber brand. It's cheap and they work great. You can tie-dye them, whatever. We use safety pins in the beginning. They're really not that big of a deal, and my grandma did tell me the trick. You rub the pin in your hair, and the oil in your hair makes it slide through the pre-fold pretty easily. But I did finally actually upgrade to a snappy, so I moved up in the cloth diaper world. I've heard of other things that you can use. There's also an elastic belt, and it velcros in the front, and that will hold the pre-fold on. Or you can just roll it inside of the diaper cover in thirds. But I will do another video on pre-folds and how to fold them and your options with those. Hi. Oh. Okay, so that is my cloth diaper routine, and if you have any questions, you can post in the comments and I will reply to you. And if I need to, I can do another video on anything that I may have forgotten. But like I said, cloth diapering should be easy, cheap, and simple. If it's complicated and expensive, that kind of defeats the entire purpose. Like I said before, I really didn't spend a lot on his diapers. We have about 40 diapers, and a couple were gifted to me, maybe about 5 or 6 for Christmas or whatnot. But I have not spent over $200 on all of his diapers and accessories. And that went through 2 kids, so totally worth it. $200. Only thing you're paying for is your washer to work. And we buy a lot on eBay and Amazon, and there's nothing wrong with buying used diapers. If you find them in thrift stores, hot water and soap will get it out. So no big deal, but do what you're comfortable with. I know that's a little controversial to buy used diapers. But there's lots of buy-sell trade pages on Facebook, and I highly recommend checking those out. And buying in bulk and co-oping, that's a really good idea too, because if you buy in bulk from the diaper websites, you can get them for a lot cheaper, and a friend of mine did that for Sun Baby diapers, which typically are about $6 or $7 a diaper, and we got them for $3.50 a piece. So totally worth it. I love my cloth diapers. It's not that complicated, and I do recommend using cloth wipes because nobody likes picking out the poopy disposable wipes before you put them in the wash. It's not fun. So if you can and you have the patience, cloth wipes are totally worth it too. You just have to get into a good routine with it. Okay, so like I said, if you have any questions, just comment and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.